Hello everybody, welcome finally to Jaraci Cup 14. The sun is trying to shine, but there's snow clouds outside in April. I hate it. Oh gosh. But we can all take some respite in deserts of Kharak where there's no snow at all. Although I guess we are on the shallows, which has some grass on it, so that's interesting. Anyway, we're finally back with Deserts of Kharak, which is pretty fun. Been gone for about a month now, but I'm happy to announce that, as is traditional, we're going to begin with the... Oh my gosh. With the game crashing. Okay, never mind. It's alright. The game did not crash. That's good. We're going to begin with the first games that were played, and the first replays that were submitted. And that is going to be between AGameAnx and Houston here, in Group A. And Houston going to have his work cut out for him here. But in fact, in this entire group, I should say, it's got AGameAnx in it, and Marchwadden, and Majir, who we haven't seen in a long time, so that's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, A-Game is joining. Fun. He says that Houston should not hate him. Okay, well, I mean, for real though, this is a tough group for Houston. In fact, there's a big argument here that we should bring back the Group of Death, which, after seeing the group that got pooled for this tournament, I'm gonna have to agree, frankly. I think that would be a good thing. Marchwadden, hey. Speaking of people who are in Group A. Yeah, it's just, you know, Marchwadden, AGameAnx, Houston, and then the two, like, new guys are Majir, who's kind of new. I mean, he played in the Artifact Cup for, like, forever. And then Darth Soban, who plays Homeworld Mobile mostly. I think people will know him if they're in that Facebook group. I'm pretty sure he's one of the admins. Oh, uncharacteristic, terrible mistake here, though, from A-Game. Where's this salvager pathing? What is this, like, StarCraft 2? What are you doing? Actually, I have no clue what's happening here. This is interesting. Houston's gonna go for some aggro, by the way. He's been practicing for the Jaraci Cup, and this is what he loves to do, especially on shallows. He feels like this is a very aggressive map. But I don't know, I think players like A-Game have refuted it pretty well. We'll see what happens this game, of course, but feels like it's tough to get away with early aggression against them. It helps if they're running a salvager off to the corner of the map, of course. This is not exactly the ideal play when you're getting attacked, or when you're not. Or ever. I'll tell you why this is not a thing, by the way, in DOK. It's just that you can build military units really quickly, salvagers are slow, and they're pretty expensive in Jaraci. But A-Game's gonna find a spot of high ground here. This fight could be good for Houston, though, as he does have a huge numbers advantage. I've got the hiccups. We're back in action, man. Carrier comes out, though. That's gonna turn this into a 1-for-1, which is pretty good for A-Game, all things considered. Still salvager pathing to the ends of the earth. I don't understand it, but it must be some kind of big brain thing that I'm just not aware of. And it's gonna be assault chips from Houston. So, you know, the idea with assault chips generally is a little bit different than railguns. You're not looking to just end the game right away. You want to punish your opponent, slow down their bases, and then see if you can bring your eco back into like full swing faster than they can. I like this move here though. So he's moving, and oh, he'll catch the salvager that's out in the middle of nowhere. That'd be nice. But either way, you don't want to fight where the carrier is. So he's moving out into this direction, which is good. Assault chips are building as well, so pretty good macro here. And for A-Game, it's no tech here. He's just gonna respond to this carrier for now. Would really be nice if you would fully saturate the base here, but okay, here's the first assault chip. It actually gets seen by a scanner really early, so A-Game knows about this. He's just crunching back onto one base, and that's good because it means he won't get attacked. But here's where Houston can go ref mode, and then he can pop back onto eco here and should be faster than his opponent. Because again, you've got to do this, right? You can't defend where your carrier isn't, and so your opponent can perhaps get economy. A mistake that Houston has often made is falling back here too much with the army, though. The PC wants to go back home and get ref mode, but you need to keep the army out in the front line here so that you can continue to force your opponent to be on one base instead of two. But it looks like he's doing that. The base is going to open here for A-Game, but that might cost him a salvager. Let's find out, though. There's a lot of high ground here. This is a lot of skims, but assault chips with their AoE do make this a bit complicated. Ref mode's on the way for Houston. He's playing this right. You know what? This is really a good opener for Houston. Things might change when Railgun Fab finishes. But if I were Houston right now, I'd actually be pretty happy with the game state. I want to see him keep poking here, but it is dangerous. Like, that's a lot of skims. 14 in him now. Assault Chip makes a big difference, though. It has to be said. You can see that AoE that it does right now. Was nerfed a little bit in this version of Jaraci patch, but just barely, so shouldn't be a huge deal. I think the AoE radius went from like, I think it went down by like 4 meters or something, which turns out to be a lot because you're dealing with area, but still, it's not a huge nerf. Railgun Fab finishes for A-Game now. Now he's got the tech that he can start to push this out, but as you can see, Houston is mining on 2 base now. So yeah, he's got a slight advantage in the economy. We'll see what he goes for the tech next. Not gonna be anything just yet. He wants armored units level 2. Usually here we see like interceptors or siege or something. Kind of siege is so good. And on a map like this, it's actually very powerful, especially. It's interesting to see him focus the RUs here first, though. Let's check the resources tab. Oh, he's got a lot of RU. Like, he'll have enough to get whatever tech it is that he wants. So, I don't know. That seems like an interesting priority. And as you can see, these assault railguns are able to push Houston around the map a little bit here. So he needs something. You know what, I mean, this has become somewhat of a meme for some reason because apparently I always say it, but it's always true. You could use another PC right now. Oh, he's building one. Yay. But, I don't know. I think Con of Siege might have been a good look. He's gonna go for interceptors instead. These work too. And honestly, A-Game is probably giving a lot of respect right now because he knows that interceptors could be there. That's something that you really want to watch out for. If you just lose all of the railguns in the midfield, suddenly the skims are gonna die too, so it's really dangerous to fight that. Heavy railgun though, this can change the calculus a lot because it can kill the assault chips, but also it can enable the sand skims to do it themselves. Uh-oh, it's gonna be a whole army wipe here actually. Houston trying to slide the skims through to get at this heavy railgun, but there's no way he can get there in time. Ooh, now it looks a little dangerous. He's pulling off the base too, that's definitely a bit of a panic move there. That changes everything. You check the units lost tab now. Oh, all of a sudden it doesn't look so good. But Interceptor Fab is done. It's just this is where you want to have an army to like be behind that threat. But you know it's not all hopeless. He can start pumping out interceptors and sand skimmers here off of 2 PC. He should be okay, but he's definitely lost a lot of momentum in the map. Power 1 finishes for him, that will be handy. Really power up the close combat weapons, I think, because this is going to be a dive, I assume, with the skims. Nice missile here, hits 2. Gotta be careful with the salvagers, though. Oh, one of them is getting very, very low here. There is an assault ship in position, but... yeah, no salvagers dying just yet, that's pretty good. A-Game is teching missile ships here, so the window for interceptors is going to be a little bit small, but it will land. Yes, so I still don't know why the salvager is here, but in vanilla this was the main base location, and then the second base is here, third was here, and then the fourth was up here on the hill. So we flipped and set the main bases are on these sides. I feel like it makes it a little bit more interesting because Shallows was just such an easy map to defend. It felt like that was all we ever saw on it. Rating is technically for A-Game, but nobody has it right now. Still, he's going to be able to run them down a little bit here. I think he got a 2 for 0. I hear the interceptors firing, though. Let's watch what happens. They get a heavy railgun already. There's only 2 interceptors, though, which is not a lot. Heavy railgun dies. It's going to be a bit of a dive, though. Okay, this is where maybe we could use the det packs here from the salvagers. It looks like he's not going to use that ability. Skims are wreck blocked, though. They're really not doing much damage at all here. Assault railgun gets low, but it's not going to go down, and the base runner claims a kill here, actually. And I think 1 salvager died. That's actually kind of horrifying for A-Game. I think he was just carrier and wreck block there the whole time. Yikes. Well, it happens. I certainly am not going to judge. It's happened to me before. Looks like A-Game will get away with this extraction, though. Oh. Oh. It's like Wii Sports, right? Not gonna lie, this is an impressive game by Houston. I mean, he's still holding on here. I still think the answer is gonna be Con of Siege at this point, but it's like, it's hard to fight Siege versus Rails and Rails versus Siege. They both feel dangerous, you know what I mean? So he might be avoiding that because he feels it's like it's too likely to fail in some way, but I don't know, it feels like a good matchup to me. Missile Ship Barrage gonna go down here, get some damage down. This is actually a fight that Houston wins, it seems. Assault ships still have to make themselves a little bit scarce, though. In fact, heavy railgun threatening to kill the Sand Skirmier, but doesn't quite manage to get it. There's only one interceptor left, and yet there's like 2 missile ships out. I honestly wonder if maybe this is worth it in some sense. Like, you make your opponent be a little bit afraid of the air, and you can use it to get scouting, but... I think probably if Houston had gone for Con of Siege right off the bat there, that might have been a stronger option. Nice missile. Lands squarely on that assault railgun right there. And the heavies are a little bit exposed here. This is too deep for the skims, though. They're not even gonna get that assault railgun. Oh, and they still have the target focus. They're not even shooting back right now. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Things happen, man. Things happen. That's rough. Like, we've all been there before, but it sucks. Oh, gosh. That's another army wipe, and at this point it starts to become kind of unsustainable. Well, not that it's ever good to have your entire army die, but... The packet's dropped there, but it's not going to be very effective. And finally we're seeing some really bad damage go down, this is what I meant. Salvager's dying, base's going to have to be evacuated. You may see a PC kill here. Yeah, I mean, there's no army to stop this. I don't know, A-Game could even maybe just push for the end here. There's no missile ship with the railguns, but there's only 1 interceptor, so it doesn't really threaten too much. Actually, it looks like the skims are gonna back away. I'm kind of surprised. This really feels like A-Game could just kill that PC, but... He's gonna choose discretion to be the better part of valor. Don't be deceived by the tooltip. Con of Siege critters don't build that fast. Just... This is the one, actually, that's building. You know, DOK's freaking production tab is, like, bugged out of its mind. Nothing new here. Nothing new here. Nice little close-range missile there. Artifact picked up here. Actually, 2 of them by A-Game. So he's looking to increase his extraction score here. Surprised we never saw Honor Guard Fab, actually, but... Here's the Con of Siege, finally. This is, again, it's kind of like the Interceptor reveal from earlier. This is a lot stronger if there's a big army behind it. You know what I mean? Like, now that the army is gone, this doesn't really feel like a huge thing to deal with for A-Game. Although, there's a lot of Sand Skimmers over here. I mean, he does have something going for him, but... He's not really going to be sweating here, I don't think. We'll see what his choice is to deal with, though, but it looks like it might just be carrier power. It's a little bit dangerous. I mean... Someone like me, you know, I'd find a way to lose by just driving my carrier into my opponent and dying here, but A-Game is usually a bit safer about that sort of thing. Oh, look, he's just driving his carrier right in there. Well, we'll see. He must have done the math. A-Game doesn't go in unless he's done the math, you see. He's gonna win this fight up here, though, that's for sure. I think even these skims, I can't click on them, but I think that they're upgraded quite a lot. He's got damage 1 armor 1. Railguns having a bit of difficulty here as there's a hill that's blocking them from hitting this Con of carrier. Houston playing the dunes perfectly, I gotta say, but he needs to get these siege cruisers involved. Double barrage on these heavies might be able to do the trick on some of them. EMP lands, though. Hey, I didn't know that A-Game had that. I love seeing that tech. But AGame's carrier is taking more damage than Houston's right now. I mean, that has to be said. I think that these siege cruisers are probably short for this world, though. Interceptor comes out, though. It's gonna dump damage on the carrier here. But, yeah, this is what Galzian do. He can just speed up and get out of here. He needs to be careful. He's gonna lose one of these siege cruisers as well. Assault railguns do some meaningful damage. Also, yeah, that is gonna fall. And the Galzian carrier can just kind of slide out of here. These are the game-winning artifacts too, potentially, so he can't even really just hang on. But I think that Houston's carrier would die anyway if AGame really wanted it. Well, like I said, it's easy to somehow lose your carrier in situations like this, but yeah, Houston is gonna GG. And that's game 1, going over to AGameAnx. You gotta say, he's the favorite in pretty much every series he plays, but I think Houston really fought pretty hard there. That was good. Let's jump into game 2 and see what happens. If I can find my replays folder. There we go. This is gonna be on Canyon Outpost this time. And of course this one is AGame's pick. Oh, we do have a faction change, actually. So AGame gonna be Galzian still, Houston gonna go for Saban instead. Of course, if you didn't know, in the group stage you can change faction. When you're in bracket play, like when the series, you have to pick the same faction for each game. Houston gonna play Saban, interesting. I think actually this map would be very nice to be Con F on. Like, I'd rather take Saban on Shallows, to be honest with you. But the map pick comes out after the... In fact, I can just show you. I don't have to just be like saying words. The map pick comes out after the faction pick here, so yeah, he's able to have the counter pick there. LEV Fab gonna start for use. Never mind. Just gonna cancel that. This is ref mode for AGame. And he has 6 salvagers you can see, but actually there's only CU miners right now. These guys will go on long distance mine. This is kind of an interesting sort of build here. I guess he made 2 to get the RUs for ref mode, although he actually went a little bit over. And then he flipped these guys over to CUs. When I do ref mode these days, I think I just use 5 salvagers. I don't feel like I need the 6th one. Sanskrit Fab get a start now. That's essential because if your opponent goes for some kind of rush, which Houston was considering, you can see, but he ended up going for SC first instead. You will just die if you don't get Sanskrit Fab. And this again? Okay, what? That's twice. What's happening? Someone's got to explain this to me, because this just doesn't even look real. Like, last game, there was a salvager just on the corner of the map for the entire game. Like, what is happening? There's only 3 salvagers? Like, what? I don't understand. I just don't understand. AGame, are you out there? You've got to explain this to me, okay? You've got to explain this to me. What's happening with these salvagers out in the corner of the map? I'm losing my mind. Oh gosh. Oh well. Houston's not gonna do any such shenaniganry. He's just gonna expand it 2 base, like a good boy. Very good. He's gonna leave Fab as well. He's gonna build a couple also. You know, in this case, you can actually not build them as the coalition player. You can use a probe instead, but not gonna use that. Sandskimmers are out on the field, but it looks like he's actually not interested in trying to stop the base runner. No, he'll change his mind. He'll go over there. And there's a salvager missing here. It's, you know, over here for some reason. Is this like a replay bug? I mean, no way, right? Because it was, I feel like it would have desynced otherwise. Because wouldn't that mean that he should have more CUs than he does, and so then he's queuing up units that he can't afford and stuff like that? There's no way it's a replay bug, right? What's happening? I don't understand this at all. Oh yeah, is that it? Okay, I see. Freaking AGame just, you know, sticking things in that nobody's aware of so that he can have an advantage in this tournaments, right? Look, the targeting gem relieved. Is this base runner gonna make it? No, I don't think it is. Oh, are they gonna lose line of sight? No. Uh-oh, LEV's gonna feed in here too. Oh no, a lot of LEVs are gonna feed in here. Yeah, you've really just gotta run away from this. On AGame's side, by the way, he's got a Solstice tech done. It's gonna be AVs for Houston. Getting production upgrade as well. You love to see it. That is honestly so weird though, man. I can't get over this. That is true actually. That is true. I've done that before. Yeah, that one's just true. If you don't get the joke, by the way, base runners used to be really tanky in vanilla, but I mean, obviously, you know, they carry the artifacts, which can be like a win condition. It's kind of a big deal, so one of the changes in Jaraci was to cut their HP by like half. So why would that be a thing, huh? It appears I'm late. Yes, you are. But thanks for the sub. Pretty good game one you played there. By the way, Houston, were you aware that A-Game had a salvager in the corner of the map for the entire game? And he's doing it again, alright? I don't know why. I don't know why, but I just thought you'd like to know that. Heavy Vehicles Armor is teching, which I think is a good thing. He's actually building one, I'm pretty sure. Is he? Yeah, he's gotta be. I think that's the light for an AV. Yeah, there it is. That's a good thing, because this is probably gonna become, this is gonna become like an armor fight here. Oh, but the armor for A-Game is here first, so he manages to only get a 1-for-1, but these health bar hits are kind of a big deal. BC Fab. Oh boy, that's pretty early. I don't know if that works. There's a lot of pressure here on Houston, so he might not be able to get away with this, but if he can, I mean, hey, it'll answer soul chips, alright. Support Cruiser needs to be a little bit careful here, but ALMs are powered up, but this one is gonna fall. It looks like we're gonna have our fight around the second one here. Would have been nice to see a smoke being used there, but that's alright. This is actually a lot of AVs though, so they're gonna slap down these sand skimmers. Now they turn their sights onto the assault jets. Put this guy in the back line though. Yeah, and they've even got a bit of high ground here, so they're gonna chew these up really fast. If this one AV over here paths right to the main, it can just use the smoke and everything's gonna be fine. Oh, Salvager's derping a little bit, but it looks like it's gonna be okay. And yeah, Houston actually takes a really nice trade here. He's already got the support cruiser to jump up to 3 base, so he's barely gonna be behind A-Game at all. And now he has the army advantage, and he's teching, so that's good. Like, it's hard to overstate. Okay, this is bad though. You really need to get back onto the base. Ah! Okay, he'll figure it out eventually. But this is like really good for Houston. He starts building a BC right now. I think he's going to be in a great position. Although it looks like he wants to get up his base first, which is fine. Okay, this is really starting to get bad now. But these things add up really fast, by the way. Like, this is as if his main base had been wiped at this point, basically. So you really want to be on top of that. I think Armor 3 finished for A-Game though. Oh, and someone like followed or something, but I didn't watch. Oh gosh. Houston does the damage for him. That's the moral of the story. You can do the smoke here too. Uh-oh. But this is high ground as you fight off the bridge. This is actually okay. Oh hey, it's Expert Marksman. Yes, good. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that would be so terrible. Gosh. Okay, he's back onto the base. Oh man, it's fun to cast you. Okay, I haven't done this in too long. Seriously, what is up with this? Like, I'm losing my mind. This is the first series of the day, and I'm already losing it. There's only 4 salvagers here. What the heck? This is not even filled out in RUs. Gosh, man, what's happening? You're gonna fully saturate your third before your main. Why? Oh no. Yeah, and yeah, you're right, March 1. You're right. I should just be okay to watch and not to ask. And Houston, by the way, probably wondering why he's not got the money to queue up a BC yet, but it was definitely because of this. We're not gonna pretend we don't know. As for A-Game, we'll just blame everything bad that happened this game on this guy. Some things you just can't justify, right? Okay, but we got BCs on the queue. Production tab is failing us again, but we do have BCs on the queue, I'm relatively certain. Ooh, a deployables tab. It's one scanner. It's right here. Why is this even a thing? Like, I keep wondering. Well, maybe someday it'd be valuable to know, like, how many turrets Phoenix Yo has put down or something, but... Oh, look, the production tab's working again. Oh, kind of. There's another BC that's, like, halfway done, but... right now, the main threat, I think, is actually on the main base, though. Because this one here, you've got a bit of high ground. A-Game has high ground now. It'd be nice to use smoke to try and just get out of here. Uh-oh. Or AV gonna die kind of for nothing there. But a BC's gonna pop and things will be fine. The real problem is over on this end, so... We'll try and keep it all on frame here. Logistics module's gonna fall. Oh, good smoke, though. Keeps the support cruiser alive. And here's the first BC on this end. Yeah, you know what? This actually looks pretty okay for A-Game. Or, sorry, for Houston. SC's taking damage, though. You gotta smoke this again. Oh, where's the smoke? There it is. Yeah, he's gonna keep this alive. If the BCs can get over there, everything will be okay, right? But, right now A-Game's pathing these assault chips up through mid. And Railgun Tech is done, which is kind of the... Like, I don't know, Savant BCs can fight Railguns, but I would still say it's the answer to them. Hiccups. Hiccups is the answer to everything, at least if you're me. He's gonna try and chase out this assault chip, they'll get that one, but the main base is gonna fall for this, or at least the support cruiser will. Salvager's gonna start going down too here. And I guess this is a way to play around the BCs as well, just, you know, you are faster than them. These two AVs really need to be doing something though. And these three are gonna try and get back here to deal with this, but these salvagers are already in disarray. Ah, and the salvagers on the main gonna fall too. I wonder if there was some kind of, like, god tier play you could make with, like, BC smoke here, but probably not, because, I mean, you can't move when you use it, so... Yeah, things kind of in disarray here. I mean, Houston can bring the SC over to the main and then, like, bring these guys back to mining, although based on the speed at which he got his eco set up last time, I'm not sure. But, you know, we'll see. But here's the heavy railguns. And if you do this much damage, you really thin out your opponent's, like, army, so... Like, what Houston needs right now is, like, railgun fab and, well, railguns, you know. He's not gonna have them. Make your opponent respond to his eco falling, and then you can get some things done on the other side of the map. BCs are here now, though, but again, I think 4 railguns can beat 1 BC. He's got 2, though, but there will be more coming. This carrier actually taking a lot of damage. BC getting targeted now. These railguns do need to be focusing it, though. You know what? Both BCs are in the area right now. Now, he's got the smoke ability, too. He ought to use this, like, right about now. Yeah, perfect timing. Alright, look at that. Yeah, powering armor was actually good, though. Wow, look at that BC smoke timing there. This is actually turning out perfectly. He's gonna kill, like, all of the railguns here. BC emerges from the smoke now. And just an AV smoke gonna try and cut this fight in half here so that he can focus down these assault chips. I love it. These railguns can't fight this. They can't be here right now. They're just gonna die. Looks like they managed to get away. Alright. Yeah, that was a good fight. That swings the army a lot, actually. I agree. I mean, oh! Gosh, look at that! Jeez. I mean, again, like, the problem here is that this almost is even still because of how much mining time has been lost on Houston's end, but, like... Man! Look at that! Gosh. And Houston just building support cruisers, he's building BCs, you know, he's got a pretty good army here. I guess if I'm A-game, I don't really want to tech switch. I feel like I have the units that I need, I just have to use them a bit better, but like... you know, you build up enough BCs, you might eventually have to say, like, yeah, I just can't fight this with railguns anymore. The thing is, this is what A-game is doing well, is just flanking and being a nuisance on the other side of the board. And that's not going away anytime soon. A couple of LAVs are going to find it this time, but the main base is just in shambles here. A-game's main base has been in shambles this entire series, but you know, whatever. Is this like a thing he's doing now? Is he going to do this in all the other games he played? Whatever. Super weak. Is that what you meant? Or like weak as in not strong? So I had to do it. Yeah, LAV's gonna find the flank here, but they will die for it, or at least two of them will. I get away actually. Here come the AAVs to try and answer. Still, it's armor 2 versus armor 3, which makes this a little tough to fight, but these BCs are actually being healed, but it's just gonna take a while to get there. One thing you gotta note is that BCs do get outranged by railguns, especially when they have range calibration. Smoke gonna get used, very nicely done. The missile ship can try and barrage here, but it doesn't actually do enough damage to like counteract the value of the smoke, but rail EMP, that's something that... Oh no, he smoked the wrong one as well. Oh gosh. Oh no. Now you gotta smoke this guy here, I think, because he's gonna die. Houston's been really on top of the smokes. That was the first mistake, so we'll give him a bit of leeway there. He has to watch the smoke here though as well. He needs to smoke the support cruiser, and the BC doesn't get it off. Oh no. ALMs are actually perhaps gonna kill this thing though, so that's kind of convenient. But this support cruiser might... No, the support cruiser lives. Oh my goodness, ALMs are too strong. Yeah, this BC wishes it had smoke now though. It's gonna fall. These three AAVs here not exactly contributing much to the fight. A-Game's army is really getting thinned out though, but Houston's is definitely non-existent now. And this is what I was saying, I feel like A-Game does have the right units for the job, he just had to, you know, not get overwhelmed by numbers, I guess. And Houston agrees, like, the thing is, right now the armies are both pretty small, but A-Game's is just so much cheaper to rebuild. I don't think Houston even had railgun tech, so I don't mind the GG there. That is kind of over. He could have played it out, but it doesn't really matter too much. MVP. I mean, what the heck? But yeah, a great series. I mean, honestly, those are some really good games. A bit weird at times, but yeah, the smoke micro on the BCs was great, except for right at that last fight. That one, like when the BC smoked over here, I think it had like 100 HP left or something like that. Like it would have died to, you know, 5 shots from an assault ship. Crazy game. Crazy game. Well, thanks for watching. Let's move on to the next one.